Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you guys are crushing it. It's the end of the quarter. We've got a few more months left of 2025, and I've got an update. I'm going to give local real estate a shot again. It's what I enjoyed the most. It's what was truly fulfilling when I was meeting with sellers in person and being able to see the houses that I was working on. So this is a video to talk about what that's going to look like and what the last 6 months looked like. So the last 6 months, I made a ton of calls, made a ton of offers, all virtually. It was all over the phone, working with cold callers, doing some cold calling myself, and working with direct mail leads. And that went pretty good. I had a lot of leads come in. I had a lot to work on, and it was great to get more experience on the phone talking with sellers, but I didn't have many results come. It was very hard to build rapport with sellers over the phone, and that's something I do the best with here locally. So the cold call leads did not go so great. It's very hard to get somebody interested in a cold call. There's a lot of people that are calling your phone right throughout the day with spam calls and stuff like that. So I had a little bit of a hard time sticking out on those calls. But I have built a pipeline of cold call leads that I will continue to follow up with. And then the other side of things were direct mail leads. I really enjoyed talking with those sellers because they were calling us based on a postcard we sent them. And it was a little easier talk track, and it's all land that we're working with there. So I'm having a better time with direct mail leads, and I will continue to take those throughout the day as those come in and keep following up with those virtually. But what I'm going to do with the rest of my time is try to get AKJ Sell Today started up again. It was a local business here in Grand Rapids that worked with homeowners to purchase properties. I really enjoyed meeting with those sellers. I've developed a lot of strong relationships with those sellers, and that's a time I'll never forget, and I'm excited to try that out again. It was awesome to see all the houses here locally that you had worked on or were a part of. So I'm going to give that a shot. What that looks like, I've put together a little list of what I need to do to get back into the business. I've reached out to a lot of people here locally that I used to work with, and there's been some people that have given me a lot of encouragement, support, and just belief in me that this is possible to do again. Over the last few weeks, as I've come on 6 months of trying this virtually, I've been praying a lot about what is the next step in this and trying to find clarity as to should I go locally or should I keep giving this virtual thing a shot. And it's been hard to decipher what prayers are being answered there or what God's will is. Sometimes when I'm praying for something and I want to figure out what God's will is and I'm asking for that, there will be signs that come here and there, but I haven't got a direct answer or message come to me like, you need to do this right now. It hasn't been as clear as that. So sometimes what I try is to ask God, if I'm not supposed to be doing this, please make that clear, right? If this is the wrong path for me, make that clear and steer me away from this. And if I don't have something come up that way, I can feel more confident that it's the right thing to do. So over the last few weeks, there has been a lot of things that pop up that are good signs that maybe local is the right way to go in addition to these direct mail leads. I've got a lot of compliments about how I interact with people. I'm serving at night at this country club, and I get good feedback from members and from management that I connect well with people, and that's a gift God has given me, to be personable with people and to smile and to connect with people in that way. That's been one thing that God keeps showing me. There's a lot of in-person conversations and meetings I'm having with people that are going well, and there's been some open doors that are happening from that. And there's also been some doors that are opening here locally, or people that have expressed belief in me that this is possible. If it is God's will for you, there will be doors that just start opening. There will be opportunities that just start coming from you, I think. So I've seen that locally. There are opportunities just coming to me when I'm working hard at something, and I think that's from God giving me a little bit of a push that it's going to be okay. If it wasn't God's will, everywhere I would go, doors would just get shut, right? There's little success I could have on my own if it wasn't God's will for me. So I've kind of felt that virtually with the cold calling. Some of the conversations I have and some of the calls I make are just repeatedly door shut, door shut, door shut. That's the name of the game sometimes, but I felt more confidence here locally that this is the right path. So over the last 6 months and this quarter, I was able to hit some goals, but not all of them. I hit my health and fitness goal. I was able to complete that ultra at Canonsburg. I look forward to making a video about that. I'm going to reflect on that a little bit and give some updates there. So I did hit that goal. But when it comes to the business and the financial goals, that's where I was lacking a little bit. I spent a lot of time training. I could have spent more time working. So the next 3 months will be working, trying to hit that financial goal in addition to developing and maintaining a strong health side of things too. Another reason I feel confident about going locally is I've done it before, right? I remember those times when I was first calling sellers in my parents' basement, just from a list I happened to find. I was calling sellers, asking them if I could buy their house or help them sell their house, and I had no clue what I was doing, but somehow it worked out. God has shown me that's something I can do, and if I can do it in the past, maybe I can do it now too. So having that proof of concept that I've already built a business and God has already shown me He can do this is something that really helps too. Another thing I'm thinking about that maybe you guys can relate with is I'd rather try this again and fail than not try it at all, right? I'd rather go at it really hard for the next 3 months and see if it's possible and then fail and it not work out, then not try it at all. I want to give it my all and see if this is what's meant to be. That may be another way to decipher God's will too. Go give it a shot. And He'll probably make it clear pretty quick once you're taking action on something if that's what you're supposed to be doing or not. I've spent the last 6 months making calls on virtual stuff, and we've had 1 deal closed so far. So if I keep doing the same thing, nothing's going to change, right? That may be enough of proof that I need to switch up and do something different. So first steps to get back local are to go call all of my old sellers that I worked with, all of the previous leads that we had and deals that we closed, and get back in touch with them and let them know we're back in the business and we're still buying properties here in West Michigan, and see if we can help anybody out or get any meetings or appointments with those sellers. Next would be to go through all the previous lists that we had and put those together and dial in the very best zip codes and start marketing to those. We can pull some new lists, we can do some driving for dollars, but once we have a good master list that we're working on, it'll be time to market to that list. So I'm thinking for marketing to that list, we'll do some direct mail. We'll call all those old sellers, we'll text all those old sellers, maybe we'll even cold call or text some of the best from the new list. And then we'll also maybe do some door knocking. I've had good success in door knocking in the past, whether it was for mowing lawns when I was in high school or growing the Hillbrands business. I think door knocking is a very hard thing to do, but it's something I kind of enjoy. I kind of enjoy showing up at the door, not sure what you're going to get, but there's definitely results that can happen from that. It's a great prospecting opportunity. We're going to go through the old list, build a new list, and start marketing to that list. And then in that process, we cannot forget to follow up. That's where most of the deals happen. I'll follow up with all the leads I've built so far from the virtual stuff, and then I'll follow up with anything that we get here locally. Any lead at all. Anybody who has any interest in selling their property, we got to keep that in follow up. That's my plan. That's an update I'm excited to share. Let me know how your goals or your plans are adjusting as we're coming to the end of the year, or if you're sticking true to what you did plan out before. Let me know when things come up and you need to make an adjustment. How do you go about that, and how often do you relook at your goals? Do you set goals for 3 years? Do you set goals for a year? Or like me, just set goals for 3 months, because that's all I can usually get my head around. I know what I can do for the next 3 months, but it's hard for me to think about the next year or 3 years what's possible. Let me know how you set goals, and let me know how your plans adjust to accomplish those goals. Thank you for listening. I appreciate the update and everybody following along. Let's keep crushing it. All right, you got this. God bless you. Keep turning to Him, and it will work out. Bye-bye.